her feet all of her life. She has had problems with her feet. So I started out wanting to be a podiatrist. I got off track, right? But now I feel like I'm back on track because I just generally I love the sciences. I love the idea of living biology, and I have been reminded of what my passion was when I was introduced to the idea of neuroplasticity and some of the latest discoveries that have happened in the field of the neurosciences, which again is shaking up the way we look at education, the way we look at communication patterns, the way we look at our family systems, right? The way we look at illness and wellness and well-being. And so when it comes to the neurosciences, just committing a little bit more time to understanding the role of neuroplasticity, bioplasticity, disease, and wellness in your life, and learning a little bit more about evidence-based practices or approaches. That's one of my other rebrands. I call myself the minister. Yes, you heard it here first. The minister of evidence-based practices. No, that's not right. That's another rebrand. I call myself the evangelist. That's it, James. The evangelist of evidence-based practices. Okay. Moving on to the C. What is the C for? The C could be for consequences. I don't know. Or maybe you want to go back to cognition at this particular point. Maybe you feel like you need to go back to consciousness. Or maybe the C could be comfort. Or maybe the C could be causality. I don't know. But the C for this particular, at this particular point is the consequences. So what are the advantages? One of the areas, the targeted areas for the Quality of Life and Recovery Center is we use Eric Erickson's 8 stages of psychosocial development, right? It is taking a look at life across the lifespan. And we have targeted here at the Quality of Life and Recovery Center individuals between the ages of 40 and 65. 40 and 65. Young people, we're not leaving you out. But what we want to do, or older people, we're not disregarding you either. But what we want to do is we want to work toward avoiding stagnation, right? That's where you settle into the idea of getting old and you stop participating, you stop running, you stop eating right, you isolate, you don't learn. And that leads to stagnation. If you do the opposite, they say that you experience what's called generativity. And so you're actually doing things to contribute to and give back and make the world a better place for the generation following you. I consider myself, I'm a very proud Gen Xer, right? I was here when rap hit the scene. I was here during disco. I was here when Facebook was created. I was here with the introduction of cell phones, right? And now the Gen X, we're here in the midst of artificial intelligence, right? And so I love it. I love being a Gen Xer, but I have a desire to understand millennials. Why? Because I have a daughter that is a millennial. And also Generation Alpha, right? I have a desire to understand them as well. Them and their mental health and physical health needs. Why? Because I love living biology, right? I want to make science fun again. I want to make learning fun again. I want to make biology fun again. All right. So, generativity versus stagnation and considering the consequences. Moving on, we have arrived at the end. Uh, and with the end, there is another E, right? I feel like I'm playing the Wheel of Fortune almost a little bit. I just need a Vanna White or a Vanna Brown. Uh, uh, so the E is for the effect, right? At this particular point, there should be some differences in my life. I should feel something different. I should feel a little lighter, right? I should have dropped uh, some baggage by this particular point. But I want to think about the positive outcomes, hopefully, right? And not ruminating on the or revisiting the negative um, reality of not moving through acceptance. So the effect is considering the advantages rather than the disadvantages of positive life change. And so these are just some empty things I had in here. So in order to fill in the empty blank, I would make this interactive, right? If there were people here with me, I would invite them into and say, hey, give me something for let's start from the beginning, or where in here do you want to start from? You can use this as a diagram to kind of assist you, right? Normally, there would be a drop down menu that would come up, and I would be able to uh, so we could say your A is for, we're going to keep it PG 13, right? Don't be, don't be abrasive or mean. Uh, be kind and passionate, right? And so I said the A could be for answers, right? Um, Going back to the other C, when it comes to if I were involving people, C is for maybe you want to be communication. The second C we said could be for causality. There is a really popular thing that people are saying now. They say causality is not, I don't know. It always kind of throws me off when people say it, but if you know it, help me out. Okay. And then the E, you guys know that I love. Okay, maybe your E could be for evaluation, right? Measurement. Um, Evidence is they say that I've heard somebody say that evidence is the loudest voice in the room. Outcomes, results is what people want to see. All right. So that's just an example of how I could use these empty blocks here. So moving on to the next slide. So now that you have this intervention, where do we go from here, James? Well, this is where I present to you the offer, which looks like this. All right. We are all about experiential action planning here. First, internally, right? Having an internal experience or shift first. Take a break. My respiratory system again is telling me, or my cardiovascular system is telling me, James, slow down. I'm going to do that and have a drink of the brewed ISOT with a hint of lemon and some lime as well. I mean, a hint of mint and lime is in here. And shake that bad boy up. Oh, I also put cumin in here too. They say cumin helps with I think it's called the mammalian target of rapamycin. Whole nother course. We're going to do that in a few months. Whole nother course, understanding the cellular changes that need to occur in the body in order to experience bioplasticity. Again, James Edwards is not a medical doctor. I am just a licensed associate counselor. So please, any information that you get within this training or that you hear from me or any of my social media pages, please run it by a medical doctor, your medical doctor, before you incorporate it into your life. All right. They got that out the way for the gentle cleanse. The cumin does not taste that great going down. It's kind of like a little, tastes like I drank some water with sand in it a little bit, but I've been told it's good for me. So I want as much of that floating around through my body, through my systems as I possibly can. All right. So experiential action planning. This is the offer. If you're interested, this can be an 11-week course, 10-week course. It could be three. Um, I offer $25 consultations for only 15 minutes. If you go more than 15 minutes, that's going to be a half hour. If you want to go 45, then hey, do the math. All right. You can email me. I am on all most social media platforms. The only social media platform I'm not on is what's that one that everybody is on that they play the games? I'm not on there. And there is a new social media platform coming out just about every time I blink. But I am on Clubhouse. I am on TikTok, two accounts on TikTok. I am on Threads, Instagram. I got about four different profiles under all of my different aliases, creative aliases. Um, or you can text me. I meant to put my WhatsApp number up there, but if you email me or inbox me on one of the social media platforms, I will definitely get back to you. Why? Because I am excited about this intervention and how it can hopefully help people, to be used as a tool to create some positive change in the world. Um, if you would like to sign up for a consultation, you can use Zelle. My Cash App is here as well. It is the Quality for Life '06. With that 15-minute consultation, I will provide you with a pack of IASO brewed tea, right? Because I really, really, truly think that that is the start to any level of change. It can be help. It can be helpful, right? Um, and so, website is here at the bottom. And in closing, you guys, I just want to say thank you for hanging out with me this hour. I really and truly hope that the time spent here was helpful in some way, shape, or form. Um, and to close it out, I am just going to close with, again, ending this experience with the bells by cleansing the air, ringing them three times. And I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me this hour. Until I see you again for our next informational, which will be held in January of 2025. Treat yourselves well, continue to invest in you, breathe into you, be with you, embrace the miracle that you are. Until I see you guys again, and have a good night.